How's it going, everybody? Um, Originally, this is kind of meant to be part of the Destiny 2 video series that I'm doing. I've scripted it out and I've recorded it a couple of times, and I've decided to shorten it down quite a bit, re-record it, and kind of generalize it a little bit more because it became a very complicated topic, opinionated to a degree. Perspective means a lot, but the question is, what do you feel? Well, there's a couple questions. What do you feel as a viewer and a gamer, a streamer's responsibility is to their community or to the game or slash games that they play? And what do you think the response as a content creator? What do you think your responsibility is to your community and to a developer? Do you have a responsibility to a game developer? Not super easy questions. The first go through on this, trying to record it, it ended like a 30-minute video, and I didn't want that. And I was referencing things, and I went back and watched it and realized it was a lot of thoughts, and then I was talking about the game more because of frustrations. So as a streamer, when I'm streaming, I try to engage with my community. That's the most important thing to me. Am I getting views? Not for clout or anything, but more so I have comments and interactions in chat. Same in the comments below. Please leave them. I'm really interested on this topic. Am I engaging with the community? Am I building the community? As a streamer, it's my responsibility to myself to stick with my morals and build a community that I want to build. As a streamer, I can choose to build it as just a Destiny 2 stream community, or as a variety game stream, as a technical stream, or in my case right now, kind of something that's here and there and everywhere else. I'm kind of getting my foothold on it, so please bear with me. But then my expectations for those that come in and view my channel or view my videos or my streams is that I would hope that they would leave a comment and let me know what they think if they've got questions, even if they're bad questions or comments. I welcome everything so I can improve as a content creator, But I also want to try to keep things positive, and I expect that they treat each other with respect, right? As a streamer as well, I kind of feel that if I'm playing a game and I find problems with it that aren't opinionated, but they can, I can state, and in my opinion, I don't like this or I don't like that, and people can disagree, and we can agree to disagree and go about our day and different things. It's like Destiny 2 PvE versus PvPvE, which is Gambit, or PvP, things like that. Who likes what, who doesn't like what, flavor of the month. Or in other games, I can point things out, things I liked about First Descendant, things I liked about God of War in 2018, what I'm going to like about it tonight and Ragnarok, all these things. How do I engage with you as a community or as a viewer? And then how do you engage with me? So I have a responsibility to you to be open, front, and honest to my best that I can, at least in my opinion, about who I am, what I stand for, what I like to do, and everything else. And I would hope that the community I build does the same in return. Now, where it gets complicated is, do I, as a streamer, energize you enough to look past maybe the shortcomings or failings of a game? Or if I'm frustrated and out of energy and feeling lack of creativity or anything like that, is it the responsibility of my community to lift me up and re-energize me? There's a combination of the two. I don't have an answer for that. I like to think that when I interact with people and I see how they come back, I get really energized, even if I'm getting some negative feedback. I enjoy that interaction. That means that I'm inspiring dialogue, conversation, mission accomplished. But as we've seen, and I'm going to use Destiny 2 in this reference, the game has its ups and its downs. We have one of the most unique gaming communities out there. They're either really early on your side or, man, they're really against you at times, right? Depending on what the topic is. But what is unique is when I go hang out in the last couple of days, some of the larger streamers' channels and even some of the smaller ones. I specifically went in to make sure I was checking smaller channels to see what the vibe or the mood of the game was, because traditionally we have the highs when DLC first comes out. They're really, really super happy. When King's Fall came out, we hit 12,000 concurrent channels trying to stream the game with I don't know how many thousands of viewers. And then all of a sudden it started dropping down within that same day because people were noticing problems and bugs that were prevalent, and it just felt the same to them. And then we saw a decline in the number of channels streaming Destiny 2 over a 90-day period as the same as the player. And then there was a steeper drop off. And so I went into these channels, which is what inspired this video. And I listened to Swesticle and Frostbolt, who were doing trials yesterday. And I turned off my music. I turned off the game I was playing. Turned up the volume to their streams and listened to their conversations. And what I came into was Frost asking Sweat what his long-term plans were for streaming, given the current environment surrounding Destiny 2. And then I started reading the chat. I don't know if you ever read chats, but they were all of that same mindset. Yeah, well, what are you going to do? What game are you going to play? Is this going to be that? And that tone in that chat gradually changed. And I went to Frost chat and I was reading the same thing. And people were really genuinely concerned. So another question that comes back is, as a streamer, does my mood and my commentary on the games that I'm playing impact the success for that game? Or if whether or not the community that I built is going to be interested in that game, or they're going to want something else, or are they going to be interested in me if I don't play that game? And then as I was reading through that stuff there, and I went from, if you come over here and you go to the Destiny 2 channel, there's lots of streamers that do Destiny 2, right? And, you have 5.7 followers in it, 10K viewers. It reset today, I think it was close to 12.4, but it drops down steeply fast after the Tuesday reset, right? And I went in and I started with Sweat, and I did. I've been in Clyde's for a little bit. I've been in Miss Kenner's. I try to in Pidge. I try to follow a plethora of people. D-Flawless, probably one of the most positive people I know out there when it comes to Destiny 2. But you'll notice right now he's playing Pokemon Sword and Shield, so he's playing something else other than Destiny 2. Well, this is perfectly fine. People have to play what they enjoy to play, right? So once that's done, and they've decided what they're going to do, does that influence what their community is going to do? Does that negatively impact, say, the game? Should a game developer pay attention to that? Does it really, really matter in the long term? Does a game developer just have a roadmap that they're following and they don't care what a streamer does, even though as a whole, that community, that streaming community can and may impact it. Now, if you look at the grand scheme of things, where we average, I think right now they're at 840,000 concurrent players at this point in this lull in the season versus, 11,000 daily viewers. Now that number rotates. That could be as high as 20 or 30,000 different users, maybe even more. So a very low amount of the player base. Do they even care about that? But once you add in things like YouTube and the static content, if that has negative stuff in it, does that impact a game's overall performance or the mindset of people? Does that disturb or lower the faith that the player base as a whole has in whether or not the next DLC or the game is going to be successful or continue to be successful? I mean, this is stuff that we've been trying to figure out for a while now. So my question to you, as those watching this, as a Destiny community or gaming community in general, what do you think the impact is of a streamer if they're positive on a game is, if they're negative on a game, if they're frustrated on a game, is to their community as well as to the game itself? Do you think what their responsibility is to you as their community. If they built it up as a certain way, being positive or not, do they maintain that? Do they change? Do we allow for change? I think we do. Everyone's human. Everyone evolves, has good days and bad days and all that other stuff. But and then as a community, what is our responsibility to the streamers that we follow? Do we have a responsibility for listening to that, or do we take what they say and immediately attack them and disagree with them because we just don't like what they have to say about a game that we're very passionate about, no matter what game it is? Or we just say, I love the default answer that I saw in lots of them, where they said, "You're just burnout, step away from it." I did a short video on it, on burnout. I'm not burnout. A lot of these guys aren't burnout. Some of them might be burnout. Some of them might be listening creativity juices and stuff like that. But the reality is when you're enjoying what you're doing, and this is why I tell anybody when they're getting into work or life and they're picking their job, pick something in your life that you have a passion for and just go do it, because you'll have a lot more fun with it long term and be able to get things done and find a way to make you money, to get a living, to make you successful, right? And the same thing's for streaming. If you do something you don't like to do, then change. But when we see the wave that goes up and down in the roller coaster of it, it really has an interesting topic of what is the streamer's responsibility to their community? What is their responsibility to the game? What is their responsibility to themselves? What is the content, the developers' responsibility to the streamers that freely advertise their games or support their games? Yeah, people are like, oh, they get paid to stream, they're making money. Well, they're getting paid by Twitch, they're getting paid by YouTube. They're not getting paid by Destiny. They're not getting paid by Blizzard. So what is the developer's responsibility to them? What is the responsibility of the community to the streamer? All these things. So I'm really curious about all that. I would really love y'all's comments on this below, so I can do a follow-up video and take that feedback and either have a live stream about it, open it up to a further dialogue, and come back and see if we can actually define those questions and go from there. Because I think for myself as a new streamer, content creator, I'm not new. I've been trying to do this for a while, but really getting into it. I think this will help me grow. I think it might help others grow. I think it might, I don't know. So again, please leave me a comment below what you think. It can be as long as you want. If you don't want to post it there, you can hit me up on Discord or Twitter. Perfectly fine with that. And again, to all those that have subscribed, I greatly thank you for the subscriptions. I'm trying to get to 1,000 so I can get things going for this channel to help support the channel. So that does mean a tremendous amount to me. So anyone that subscribed, thank you. If you would like to subscribe, please feel free to do so. Again, that means the world to me. But most importantly, I would love to engage with you in the comments to find out what you think we need to do for, or how we define what a streamer's responsibility is, what a community's responsibility is, what a viewer's responsibility is. And that sounds really, really, really weird, but I'm very interested in that topic. So again, please hit me up in the comments below. I really do want to hear from you and take that information in and figure it out. Till then, stay safe in the game, and I will see everybody around. Be safe out there.